In this video, I'm going to tell you about a running shoe that I've been running in that sort of left me, well, confused. Okay team, so we get a lot of shoes in here at 40runs.com. Very lucky that we get all these shoes, and we're constantly reviewing different shoes. And this shoe that I'm going to talk to you about today, well, honestly, it's left me a little bit confused. I can't still, sitting here today, work it out. So how we tend to review shoes on this channel is I tend to run them for about a week, sometimes more. If we get them really early, we do more than that. But in an ideal world, we get like 30 something miles. I run on average 40 miles a week, right? But I try and get the shoes to do various things to find out what they're all about. Obviously, daily stuff, we do loads of different stuff in them. Some of the faster stuff we use, like, I don't know, on the treadmill or some of these interval sessions or whatever, right? But the super trainers is a funny old one. We get these super trainers come in, and I tend to use them pretty easily and use them for pretty much everything that I'm doing in the week, right? And the guys at sportshoes.com were kind enough to send me over for a review this, the Wave Rebellion Flash 3. And this is the sort of baby brother to that Wave Rebellion Pro, which is completely nuts. But when it arrived, I thought, God, these look pretty awesome in this colourway. But also I was kind of excited to give it a test because it's got the Mizuno, where is it? The Mizuno NZ, what's it called? NZ XP, which is the same foam that's in the Pro. This is this TPEE supercritical foam that they've stuck in here from the race day shoes. So I was really excited to give this a bash. But like I said, it's really left me quite confused. But before we get into all that confusion, let's do the stats and features, shall we? So the Mizuno Wave Rebellion Flash 3 is 175 quid, but I can save you some money on that. It's a super trainer, like I said, with the smooth speed assist. That's to help you with your stride and the roll through of it. We've got the dual foam setup. We've got the full length NZ XP, like I said, or whatever it's called. Yeah, XP, which is that TPEE foam. We've got the NZ NXT foam underneath, which is that EVA foam. We've got a glass fibre plate running through, which is the same plate as the previous model. We've got decent rubber coverage, which is blown rubber on the outsole. We've got a lovely engineered mesh up. I'll show you that because I really do like the upper. Now, this shoe is a 3mm drop. It's pretty much the same sort of level of foam going through. It's only a 3mm drop in this shoe. It fits true to size. It weighs 271 grams in my UK 9.5, and I think that's about it. Let's take a closer look. So here's this really nice upper. I absolutely love this upper on this shoe. There's your glass fibre plate. See that sticking on both sides, and that helps with the ride. There's our two layers of foam. So the sort of more yellowy coloured one is the TPEE foam, the sort of flashy one that comes over from the Pro shoes, and then we've got the EVA foam down below to help stabilise some of that ride. Like I said, we've got smooth speed assist on here, which is helping you in terms of the ride. Nice bit of foam in the heel, very strong heel counter, which you need in this shoe. I'll come on to that. Decent laces, and like I said, the lockdown and the fit of the shoe is fine. It fits true to size. We've got that blown rubber coverage on the outsole, and it hangs on fine in a sort of, well, English autumn that we've got. Okay, so the confusion. So I can't work out what I'm meant to do in this shoe. I tried running really fast in it, and it was awful. And then I thought, you know what, maybe I'm going too fast in this shoe. So I dialed it back, and I went to that sort of marathon goal pace where I'm a little bit more sort of forward in here. And again, the ride was really peculiar. At easy pace, this thing was awful. I was back here, and it just felt like I was like loaded back here, and it was just, well, that was just a total waste of time. But when I got sort of about here, mid-foot, which is not my natural foot position, and it sort of started to work. But that was more towards that sort of, 8:20 per mile or 8-minute mile. Now, my marathon goal pace is currently moved down to 7:45, which is under that 5-minute kilometres. I'm trying to give reference points here. But sort of just over 8-minute, over 5-minute kilometres, about here was where I found its sweet spot. But obviously in a super trainer, I want to be able to do everything in it. I want to take it long. I want to put marathon goal pace in. I want to do some speedier sessions in it. I may also want to chuck in a little bit of slightly easier pace in it. Maybe I've got a double running day or whatever. But even like in the warm-up to some of the speedier stuff that I've been doing, this thing's just awful. I can't work out what I'm meant to do with it. Now, there's simply no way I could take this long. It just doesn't work for me, right? So that limits that in terms of that versatility. I can't do any sort of longer runs in it. Like I said to you, to be striking here all the time is not something that's natural to me. And I think that sort of nails it for me, really. I just don't think this shoe works for me. And that's probably the biggest takeaway. It's not a criticism of the shoe per se, because I think this foam's really nice, actually. And I think the dual foam setup works well. And I really like the upper on the shoe. But it's just not working for me. And I think that's fair enough, right? There's just going to be shoes that just don't work for you, right? And I think that's where you've got to be, you know, open and honest enough to admit that it doesn't work for you. And at £175, it's a big risk for some people to take. Now, if the Pro works for you, the Rebellion Pro, I think you're going to really like this because you know how to handle that shoe. You can run in that shoe. I can't run in the Pro, right? But I think this shoe, it will work for you if you're used to that. But if you're thinking of this as like a, I don't know, a Speed 5 replacement or like a, I don't know, Mac X3 competitor, something like that, I don't think this is necessarily going to work for you. Because of the way the shoe's set up, it's a real, confusing thing. As I said, for me, it's only really works when I'm about here. And to strike here, I'm having to really consciously strike here. And that's not something I necessarily want to be thinking about. I just want to go out there in my super trainers and get done what I need to get done. And I think that's to say the biggest problem here. This is not a shoe problem, this is a 4D problem. And it is a shame because I think it looks cracking, in particular in this colourway. I absolutely love the colourways that Mizuno are doing this year. This looks amazing, and this upper, honestly, it's an absolute cracker. And even the outsole is so much better than what you're getting on the Sonic Blast from Asics, for example. And I really like Mizuno shoes this year. The Neo Vista 2, for me, I just love it. I don't think I've given it enough kudos this year. I absolutely love it. And the thing's destroyed. I've just absolutely destroyed mine. But I really like the shoes they're making. I like the Wave Sky 9, or 7, I don't even know what model we're on. I really like that as a max stack shoe. But for whatever reason, this type of model shoe that they're bringing out, it simply doesn't suit me. So there we go, people. That's my honest opinion on these. You can save some money on these, by the way. If this is a shoe you think is going to work for you because you get on with the Pro, then this will work for you, right? You can save some money on this. Just go over to 40runs.com, join as an affiliated club member. You can get 15% off this shoe at sportshoes.com. And a big shout out to them for sending this over. It's just a shame to say this has not really worked out for me. It's surprising because I thought I might get away with this, really. It did look a lot of fun, but I couldn't find its sweet spot in the stuff I've been doing. And that kind of, when you get to that point where you're just like, oh, you know what I mean? You're like, So there we are, team. That's it. That's my honest opinion on the Wave Rebellion Flash 3. Keeping it honest as always. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if I've added some value today. Maybe you think I have. I'd really appreciate if you did hit that subscribe button. We're trying to get to 22 million subscribers, and we're we're very close, actually. Well, we're a lot closer than we was yesterday. If you're free on a Monday, come and join me on the live stream where we can talk about running shoes to your heart's content. And also I can answer some of your coaching questions if you need a little bit of help with your training. So get along to that as well. But that's it, team. I shall catch you all on the next video.